Good morning, everybody. My name is Heather Aston, and this is my channel, TT's Trinkets and Treasures. If this is the first time you've stumbled upon one of my videos in the little corner of the World Wide Web known as YouTube, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. I hope you'll find this video informative and entertaining enough that you'll want to come back, subscribe, and change that notification bell to all so that you never miss the release of one of my future videos. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much. You guys are the thing that keeps me doing this, and I appreciate it more than I can let you know. If all of you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, and possibly leaving me a comment down below, letting me know what you thought of today's show and maybe some ideas for future shows, I would greatly appreciate it. Before we get into what we're going to do today, I would love to say a happy Memorial Day to everybody who has loved and lost someone that served our country. I have some special people, but I won't get through it without crying, so I'm going to put a post up later. But for those of you who are thinking of them, know that you're not alone, and if you need somebody to talk to, don't ever be afraid to reach out. Okay. If you are a returning viewer and you were here on Friday, you know that we started the Earring Extravaganza. Didn't get very far because I was yapping the whole time, and then it was time for Rosanna's Members Live, so we cut it short, and I was going to do a video this weekend. It didn't happen, so we're going to do it today. So let's go ahead and say good morning to everybody that is here. Good morning, Anita. Good morning, Barbara and Mary. Good morning, Lynn and Beth, Donna, Elizabeth. I think you're new. I don't know. I could be wrong. Are you a new viewer? Are you and Beth maybe related? You guys have the same last name. Anyways, I do the same thing. So, double likes. It's always good. But, all right. Like I said, today we're going to get into this is why I like my hair shorter. I have very fine hair, but I have a lot of it. So, when it gets too long, it just starts getting weighed down. And no matter what I do, it looks flat and drives me nuts. I even ran across the hall and tried to put some texture spray in to liven it up a little bit, but I don't know that it helped much. So, in case you weren't here on Friday, I thought that I floated out an idea that I'm going to be doing myself, which is to make a designated earring jar where I put beads like the end of the month when you're done with your bargain bead box and you have those 4 or 5 beads just sitting there and you don't know what to put them in. It's not enough for a necklace maybe, and you don't really want to take up a storage container in order to do so. I would recommend starting an earring jar, or if you get like dollar bead box, sometimes you get 2 of something or 4 of something, and it's not always enough to put it in a earring jar. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, Leah. Mwah. All of you. I'm so happy you guys are here. Marsha, hello. So happy to see you here as well. What was I saying? Oh, yes. So I just thought it would be a good idea to keep an earring jar when you have a few minutes or you just are stuck on another design. Pull out the earring jar, dump a couple things out, make a few pairs of earrings, get it out, get it done, and move along. So that's what we're going to do today. I have a whole bunch of goodies all around. I have all of the gauges of wire right in front of my mat, so I don't have to go looking for them. I have my ear wires laid out. I have all of my like ball head pins and things out, so hopefully it won't go. But before we do get started, I did find some goodies and I'm quite excited about it. So I was gonna say I used to keep my dollar bead stuff and like smaller strands, like Chuck Glass and stuff, in these little Tic Tac containers. And I have like 3 of these that are 5 high. And it was just kind of annoying going through it. You can't really see through the top very well. And so when you get to the middle, you just always have to pull it out to get a good look at it. And then they start collapsing on each other. So I stopped doing it. But I found a ton of cool beads. I'm very excited to get to put some of these to use. I found some good ones for today. So we will get to all of that. But yeah, I literally found so many beads. There are a couple. I thought, here, let me go down to the mat, because I thought it could be fun to make Miss Randy Brown a little unseen to unbothered package. Look at these. Aren't those pretty? So I have like 6 of those, so I can send her some of those. I have some flat table cut. I have these like brown, dark brown cream, and then like the yellowish brown. And these are the beads that they kind of put something on either end, so it looks like it has a bead cap on it already. You're gonna get some baggies of blue beads because I have so many of them, it's ridiculous. And then I have some of these brown ones that I thought would be good, which I'll tie it all together in just a second. And then here are just some more. I thought all of these things, especially because she, like Rosanna, is very good at like coloring things. So I thought I'd send her some of these. And some of these beads, a couple of like the leopard heads, maybe, I thought. And then I just put together a little unseen, unbothered package, a little satchel for her. I just thought, I know that she would be amazing at it. I'll probably put in some of the more gold leopard skin jasper that I have, although I don't really have much. I have a ton. So I just thought I'd put a couple of like little packages together for her. I thought she'd have fun with that. I bought some extra of the mama giraffe beads. But I also, oops, just broke that. That's the other thing that happens. These get stuck on, and then you go to try to pull them out, and they won't. But look at these table cut purple beads. Rosanna, if I would have had these, they may have made an appearance in the sun catcher for Selena. Wouldn't they have gone perfectly? They just look like purple silk trapped in, I don't know. They're so pretty. Oh wait, what happened? You're okay. Eat lunch. I missed a couple of things. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. You just finished. I cannot wait to see it. I'm excited to see it, Linda. I'm going to have to go do it. I do the same thing. I tear things apart and put it together. I have a video coming that's already an hour and 15 minutes long. It's an unboxing of an order that I got from Randy at Thunderhorse Descendants, and I redid the pendant 100 times. But all I have, that first part is the unboxing, so it's not like crazy, but the rest is just some simple knotting that I need to do on the leather part of the necklace. So I will go through all of that, finish that off. We're actually going to make some earrings to go with that necklace. Also, I apologize for my mat got... Pixie, can you please stop making my mat look crooked? Stay right there. Okay. I thought it would be a good idea to like spray my mat and then wipe it with a paper towel, which when it was still damp, it looked beautiful, completely clean, but you can see now that it's dried. So you can see all the paper particles. So I'm going to probably just take this in the shower and give it a good spray down, so that I can get all of that. But alrighty, let's get started. Might as well get started with the leopard earrings that I want to make to go with. I'll show you. This is it. There was a leopard head. Yes, it kept getting tangled up here. So what I'm going to do when I go back in the video is I'm going to attach it from 2 points of the ears and put the jump rings up here so that he's not suspended from 1 chain but 2 chains, and then that won't like twist around the top as easy. But I needed some more bone rondelle beads, which Steve and Joy went and got for me, so I'm gonna finish that out and release that video probably tomorrow. But I thought we could make some earrings, so let's grab a couple of good. These are gonna be easy peasy, you guys. Like, that's the joy of earrings. You can either make them like as complicated as you want. I want to find some big ones so that they don't get dwarfed out by the size of the leopards. There we go. Is that it's something you can throw together very quickly. Like Beth says, keep some in your purse or what she calls a go bag. And if you see somebody that, I don't know, you just want to make smile, or you have an excellent waitress and you just want to add a little something to the tip part of it, though, I said that and my daughter goes, "You mean you're not going to tip them? You're just going to give them earrings?" And I was like, "No, Jerica, I will do both." And she's like, "Oh, okay, good. That's good, Mom. That's good." But I was like, of course I'm not going to not tip them. But it was funny. So I don't think that I want to put a ball head pin. But now, of course, I'm not seeing my flat head pins. Even though I have a big bag of them that was sitting here. Okay, we might have to use ball head pins. These ones are not long enough. Those ones should be. Oh, but this will just be easy peasy. I'm gonna see if I like the way this looks. If it doesn't, I will take. Oh, it's not bad. Okay, cool. We're good. No problem. I am going to want these to kind of like swing. I don't want them to just be like sticks like that. So I want it to actually swing. So I'm just going to bend that right there. Grab my 6-step bail making pliers. Put my first step in as close as I can to that part. The ears make it a little bit hard, but you can fix your loop once you get it made. And then I'm just going to pull that back using my pliers to make my loop. And then I'm going to take it off the, yeah, it needs to be fixed a little bit. I don't know why it's oval instead of round. It's okay. Then I'm just going to grab my loop right there and a second pair of pliers. You got to throw your leopard head. That's a very important step. These are some strong head pins or ball head pins. Okay. I did go around an extra time just in hopes that this wouldn't spin as much. I'm going to straighten up my little loop right here. Go ahead and do it for the other leopard. Ooh, I'm missing comments. Hi, Georgina. That is cool. Lynn is like such a great addition to our community. I'm so happy. Like Beth, I'm so happy that you found us. I'm happy that Beth found you when you were having a rough day and helped you get past it, because that's exactly what I love about our community. We are there for each other. Heck, last night both Rosanna and Steve were there for me when I was having a hard time. So, which I greatly appreciated. Okay, now we're just going to make some very simple, I'm just going to, actually I can cut this in half. I am going to use 20 gauge wire on this because these batik beads do have a larger hole. So I'm just going to make my bend, go ahead and use my pliers again to make my loop. On this, it's just going to be my hybrid loop, which I will show slower. Sorry. The ladies that are on the live know this, but I'm hoping that you guys aren't the only one who ever sees this video. So I always forget that I kind of need to walk through things again. Sorry. So, I came up with this because I don't always like the triple wrap loop, but I don't think that simple loops are secure enough. For earrings, they're absolutely secure enough. Sorry, I got a water drop on my glasses. But for other things, I just prefer not to. So I went ahead and I just went around once, and then I strength tested it by looping a triple wrap loop and doing a direct connection, and it held up. It was just as strong. So I do that. Instead, I am going to direct connect this loop to the other part of our earring. Oh, and I almost just wrapped it. Plus, as you can see, my loops sometimes just, especially when I try to do simple loops, they're never, like, they never sit straight. I always have to adjust them. I'm not sure, like, what I'm doing wrong. Obviously, these are, like, big beads and I'm in tight corners, so I don't necessarily always have to put this much effort into getting them to look right, but okay. There's that one. Okay, I'm going to direct connect it with the first loop this time. So anyways, the way I do it is I go ahead and I do a bend in my wire. I don't do complete 90-degree angle because I find I can't get in well. Instead of starting vertical or horizontal, I start off at an angle directly in the corner of my wire. And then I go up over and down. Then I turn my pliers parallel to my mat and I pull the wire over to finish the loop. Then, like I said, see, it's not always, my loops aren't always bad, it's just, and I'm trying to connect directly to, when there's a big bead in the way. Okay, I'm gonna grab the top of my loop right here to hold it secure. I'm gonna grab the end of my wire and I'm gonna pull it around the back and bring it until it gets, right back to where the loop actually starts. Like so. I promise you, I have strength tested this on 20 gauge wire, 22 gauge wire, 24 gauge wire. When you get to the 24 gauge wire, it still is strong, but the loop will distort. It doesn't break or come open. It just, like, I don't know how to say it. Instead of being round, it becomes more of an oval. This is not centered all of a sudden. Time for the micro pliers to fix my loop. Luckily, I do know how to fix my loops, so that is just... I'm also going to start having like an empty one, like jar or something on my desk to put like my wire scraps into, so my mat stays cleaner. I kind of took the idea from Rachel Ray and how she always had like a scrap bucket on the counter when she cooked and stuff, and I was like, I could do that with my my bead mat as well. As far as all the tools getting piled up, I don't know what to do about that. They're kind of necessary for designing with, but they do get in the way. Okay, there's my loop. Let's try this again. If you want to make this easier on yourself, you can put a bead on top of the leopard's head to get the profile back more like where the ears are. So that would make your life much easier. And then I like to cut my wire on the side of the loop rather than the like under a loop. That way I don't have like a designated front or back, especially not when I'm using beads that where did my other bead go? When I'm using beads, I have no idea what I was just saying. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't sleep well last night, so as you guys know, my memory issues are always exaggerated when I haven't slept and/or I'm in pain. So, just gonna go ahead and wrap this around. Also, in case you guys don't know, Joey Ballestera. Oh, am I too far back? Okay. Let me just bring Pixie down. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know, though. I'm sorry if I missed it. I believe her last name is Ballesteria. Joey's Jewelry. But she uses these kind of ear wires, the lever backs, but she uses one that has an open stick or an open loop. And so she has one that's like real metal and whatnot. And then she just keeps her like this separate. And then when she wants to wear that earring, she just threads it onto place. And then when she's done, she takes it off and she stores these separately, which I think is a great idea. If you have not watched her before, hold on, let me just see if I can find her channel for you guys real quick. Found it. At 1:30 a.m. There's her channel. She does a lot of stuff with seed beads and other things. She also uses Gina's treasure bags and like uses everything. I do think I've gotten the lighter better to where my face doesn't glow on camera and you guys can see colors truer on the mat, but my hands still glow a little bit. I do try different things. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a pair of my ear wires, quick and easy. Let's go ahead and do it with a ball head pin this time. I think these ones are 50 millimeters, but the key to having matching ear wires every single time without having to like do both at the same time, anything like that, is to start out with 45 millimeters or 4 centimeters of wire. Yes, these are 50 millimeters, so they're a little bit bigger, but we can clip that later. Or if you want to just not have to do so, you can always come in and just clip it, right? Just clip that 5 millimeters off, put them next to each other, cut the 5 millimeters off the other side, and then you're done. So these, these are going to be longer because, no, I do turn a loop, sorry. So the key is to use your first, and then you can use the 5th or 6th. If you want little ones, you can use these. If you are going to use smaller ones, you could use shorter wire. I found that this is a good length for like a traditional ear wire. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my ball head pin on my in between my first and second step of my 6-step bail making pliers, and I'm going to bend it back until it touches the wire. And then you're going to take your loop and you're going to face it away from the barrel you want to wrap around. So I'm going to go around the 6th step, and I'm simply going to come up, over, and down. And these are tempered a little bit. I forgot that about these. Dang it, I forgot. I shouldn't have used these ones. You can get it, you just like have to manipulate it, and then it doesn't always look exactly the same. So let me grab 2 of these, because these ones do not have that problem. We're going to go back in and do exactly what we did a second ago, which was just to cut off the last 5 millimeters. If you like a longer like bend at the end, or what I call the kick, you can leave these 5 millimeters on, or if you want a larger loop than this, the largest mandrel provides, you might need that extra 5 millimeters. So it just, or you might need to go to a bigger one. So let's start again. Sorry about that. Put it between the first and second step. And make sure there's nothing behind it. And we're going to just wrap it around until it comes back around and touches the wire right there. Then you're just going to pull it off. You're going to take this, you're going to face the loop away from the barrel you're going to use to make your the rest of the hook. And you're just going to come up, over, and back. These are also really, really strong ear wires that just want to stay open. Well, if you like a really big... Okay, that's alright. The other one will do the same thing. Then as far as the kick goes, find a pair of your pliers that have the right width for the amount of a kick you like, and just kind of bend it up a little bit. I'm going to grab one of my just mandrel pliers and see if I can get that loop a little bit better just by squeezing. Okay, now it got stuck in my hook. That one's a little bit better. Okay, so there's that one. Sorry, I should have just showed you with like plain craft wire. I want to know why that loop turns without a problem, but I can't loop the other side. That makes no sense to me. If I can curve the little thing, I should be able to curve this one. Okay, see, this is what I meant when I said I hope you find this video informative and entertaining enough. Now this one isn't as rounded. It's alright. It's gonna work. I can fix it after we're done here. I will show that on regular craft wire in just a moment. On the next pair I need to make an ear wire for. I hope you guys are all laughing. Yeah. Also, if you guys are new and you don't already know about it, there is a Facebook group on Facebook called Beading Besties. You have to answer some questions at the beginning for us to even see your membership request. We have it set up to where, like, because I've been admin on other groups, and when people don't answer the questions, then you have to like reject their membership, ask them to reapply, and they don't always. So we have it to where you have to actually type out answers to the questions to even submit your request. That helps us keep spammers and hackers and everything out of our group. In the group, you can share your YouTube channel, your Etsy account, your Facebook group, your Facebook page. You can, your website. You can post your jewelry for sale within the group. There's no post approval. We do ask that you be kind and courteous, obviously. But when it comes to the discussion of money and how that's going to exchange between yourself and the potential customer, that needs to happen outside of Beading Besties so that it's never confused that Beading Besties is responsible for that sale, or that we're going to provide some kind of warranty or like assistance if you don't like it, whatever the case may be. So we asked for that to happen outside of the group. As I said, there is no post approval within our group. I feel we're all grown-ass women and men that we shouldn't have to do that. We have only had to take one person out of the group. Outside of that, the group has been completely self-moderated. The only thing the team of admins have had to do is approve new member requests. Every once in a while, Facebook will take a post that they think may be spam, and we have to go in and say, oh no, that's okay, and we put it through. But other than that, you can share to your heart's content. I, as well as the other admins, which include Rosanna, Beth, Becky, Jenny, there's 2 others, I can't think of them, I apologize. We are all the admin team. So it's not meant to belong to any one channel. It truly is for our community. So, it also, before the community aspect of YouTube changed, because it used to be that I could post things and you could comment on those posts. Now, if you have the community option selected, you guys could go and post a picture of a pair of earrings that you made using a design, whatever else, a technique, something like that. But before that, it was for a lot of us that were just like, we cannot make content, do my live sales, all of that, and moderate completely my own Facebook group. Becky works a full-time job. A lot of us do. So it just made it easier. So the link for that is down below in the description of this box. I would we all would really appreciate if you wouldn't mind sharing that in your YouTube video descriptions. If you could post it down, and you can even copy and paste like my little paragraph about it if you want, change it to fit your channel. But I just think it would be fun to expand our group even more than we already have. Hi, Anita. We have another Anita. Both Anitas are on today. Hi, Sid. Yes, we are all very passionate about not just saying we support each other, but actually supporting each other. So if I talk about a specific artist and a technique or something, like talking about how Joey does her earrings, I try to share the channel when I do so that you guys can go and do it. Yes, my Sunday night show is called Beading Besties, or Beading with my Besties, depending upon if I have a guest or if I'm just beading. But I don't own the channel. I have the same rights as all of the other admins. So it truly is for all of you guys. So, okay, back to our earrings. Alright, so we have this pair of earrings done. Okay, next. So I have a whole bunch of goodies. I used to have 3 of these. I was hoping I could find more, but I didn't. So, drops. These are one of the things that are great to make earrings off of. Oftentimes you'll get these in a dollar bead box and you'll get 2 of them. So they're a really great way to make a quick and easy pair of earrings. So I'm just going to grab some bronze wire, since this is like a purplish bronze at the end. I love these. As you can see, I have a bunch of them. So I thought what we could do is I would make a couple of variations using these, just to kind of like show a couple of things, because I have a few different techniques that I want to show you. I do not have antique bronze ball head pins, but I like to make my own. And I do so by just taking the end of my wire and folding it over back to itself so that it makes like a little shepherd's hook. Now, you can go and use your pliers to squish this closed, but if you want to be able to do it really quick and easy, pull out a pair of crimpers. It doesn't have to be the Xeron ones. You can do it with any crimper that you have. Put that hook into one of the grooves and squeeze. It just slid down my wire, sorry. And squeeze it closed, like so. Oh, this one bent back a little bit on its own. Typically, I like to go and do the tiniest little bend right there. Then I come and I cut off the end, leaving the littlest little bit right there, just enough to have it look like a ball head pin at the end, and it's secure. So, the first way I'm going to use this, I know I'm mixing metals, it's okay. I'm going to put this little button that is a bow on top of my drop, and then I'm going to take, where did the rod, oh, it's right here. I was like, where did my rhodonite go? Yeah. No, actually, I think I'm going to go for these ones. And these are actually rhodochrosite, which is rhodonite's bougie sister. So, and then I'm just going to pop a bead down on top just to hold the bow in place, and then we're going to turn a loop. I'm actually going to put a little, let me see if those are a bit taller than I want, but if I can't find, I just want to be able to see the rhodochrosite on top, not have it just kind of disappear behind the bow. There's one. It's going to take two because one's going to fall into the loop of the bow itself. And then this. Oh, nope, that keeps the bow from staying still. So no, we're not going to do that. Oh, Shay is out there barking. I'm going to get her. I have all the other ones in here. She won't come in here though. Alright, we're just going to leave it like that. It's okay. This could be like a fun way to like almost make it look like it's a little girl with like a dress on or something. I don't know, it's just kind of cute. Okay. We've got our loop. I did go ahead and do another half turn just so, again, this will hopefully stay in place. That's not long enough to do the whole stick, but I can use that part later in the scrap jar. Again, I'm just going to fold it over onto itself, put it in the teeth. This is some slippery wire. Goodness. There we go. That's what normally happens. Go in. These learning little tricks like this is a good way if you are somebody that doesn't like it when their metals don't match, which that would be me. Doing it this way does allow you to then, like if the rest of your design you've been using the craft wire, then you can make your own findings, so that you don't have that problem. And yes, I mixed metals, which is very in right now, and it's something I actually like to do quite often. I feel like it makes your jewelry more versatile, and so that it can be mixed and matched. Come on. Thank you. Easier with other pieces. And then I don't have any bronze, so let's go ahead. I'm going to grab some of the antique bronze 22 gauge wire. If I can find the end. There it is. Ugh. Oh. Grab my ruler. I like the one that the measurements start right at the edge. It allows me to get a very precise cut. Flush cut this side. I keep forgetting that I bought new flush cutters because my other ones I messed up. Okay, here we go. Move everything over. We're going to put the tip of our wire at the tip of our pliers, and we're just going to roll it back. Then we're going to put that loop facing away from the mandrel, which is, if you just go from this step to this step, then it is fit. And then I'm going to bend that back, just like that. Go ahead and do the other pair. And I have gone ahead and ordered some Beading German style wire that I'm going to start probably almost exclusively using for ear wires now. There are several different ways that you can work harden your handmade loops. You can pull out your bench block and your rubber hammer, which I promised I had out. I'm not sure what happened to it. Let's see if it's in the next photo. I was gonna show you this way and then show you my little what I do, but I'm not seeing my hammer. So I have like my regular one, I just don't have that one. You could just take, if you don't want to distort your wire or flatten it, obviously you're going to use the rubber mallet. I'm only going to do like the little loop right here and the top of the earring. Because I actually like it flat like that. The other way you can do it is to, once again, use your 6-step bail making pliers and use the box joint right here. My loop isn't turned quite enough. And you can just go in and squish, turn it over, squish again, and then you can do the same thing up at the top. Like so. Obviously, you're gonna like rebend this where it needs to be, but you get the same look. So it's up to you, but I like to do that. And then obviously I didn't do my kick yet. I will fix the loops when I attach the earring. There we go. And then we'll just open this, put our drop on, close the loop up, do the other one. But you get the same look and the same like result doing it this either way. So if you're like me and don't like having to pull out your bench block all the time, then it's a great easy way. So there's just a cute little sweet pair of earrings with the things. Oh, is there somebody that... Hi, Jan. Welcome. Hi, babe. Who's Michelle? I must have missed something. Protein and calendar. Somebody must have asked something. Yes. Yes, I do. Anita, thank you for asking me that. Or Cheryl for asking me that. Yes. You can either, I have the Beadalon bead reamer, not in my hand, but I use, they have like a cup attachment that you can put on that you go around and it rounds the end of your ear wire. If you're, if you don't have that, grab a good nail file. I like the one where one side is rougher than the other, and just go and file it down on all sides to make sure that you don't scratch yours or a potential customer's ears when they get put on. This loop is crooked, so it's making my earring not hang right. There we go. Much better. But yes, I do file them. Thank you for mentioning that because I did not. I failed to do so. Okay, up next. Am I going too fast? Am I like, are people not? If I'm going too fast, I apologize. I see that I am missing things, but yes. Aw, hi Tina, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, we got quite a big group today. I'm excited. Hi, Nicole. Long time no see, love. Everybody's off work this morning, those who still work. That's probably why. But, okay, up next, I'm going to, because I've been so inspired by this box. Oh, I forgot to show you guys. And a few months ago, I did a collection all based around one bead, and I made a whole bunch of earrings, bracelets, and necklaces under the premise that I thought a customer might like to be able to pick what pair of earrings, what bracelet, what necklace they want instead of us picking for them. And I'm going to do the same with this box. This is the first necklace that I made, which I love. And I've gotten some amazing feedback about it. Bernie wants me to put a post on his Facebook group. Originally, I was going to finish around the back with this reddish brown leather, which I think would have looked really good, but the feedback I got from others all said that they would prefer a chain. You guys know I love my Shanghai water chain, but I typically use a thinner, more daintier one, but I went with the thicker one for this just because I felt like it went nicer with it. And this is a 22-inch necklace, and I made it this long because I'm going to make a few like shorter, smaller ones that could be layered with it, but I'm very happy with how it turned out. I like how the pearls elevated the leopard skin jasper, so I'm very happy with how it turned out. So we have that. That will be part of the collection. And everything that you see that I make on the show, unless otherwise stated, is available for purchase. So if you like something and you want to take it home, or would like me to send it to you, I guess, let me know. Also, when I buy my chain, I normally get it to where there's like 10 or 20 or whatever necklaces within it. And see, these are all 925 filled sterling silver. I always buy the longest option they have, because most times the difference between, I think this one is a 30-inch. Let me measure it really quick. But I always get the longest one, that because I'm very rarely ever, yeah, this is a 30-inch necklace. I'm very rarely ever going to just put like something like a little charm, a one-off on it. So I like to do that because then I have the rest of the chain to use in other projects. So that's just a tip. Again, like I said, these are sterling silver filled, so they're very nice quality. I really like them. Some of them don't give you that option, but like I think the difference with these for a pack of 10, the difference between the 18-inch version and then the 30-inch version was probably like $5. But I have all that excess chain to use for other projects. So next up, I want to do something with the leopard skin jasper. How big do I want it out? I think I'm going to go ahead and pull out 2 of the 10 millimeter. And then I'm also going to grab 2 6 millimeter. And the 6 millimeter will go on up top. Ooh, but I just thought we're going to be making another pair. And I'm just going to make quick and easy little wire wraps with them. Where do I get my chain? I get it off of Amazon typically. So I will go and find the links and try to add them to the description box below. If you don't see them in the next day or so, it's probably because I forgot. So just send me a message on Messenger and I am more than happy to send you the links. I need to set up a storefront. That would be the smart thing to do. Oh, Heather, you need 6. No, you don't, if you're going to do a ball head pin for the bottom bead. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bend these all assembly line style. I think it'll be faster that way. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the actual ball head pins. Where did I put the silver ones? I literally just had them. Or I'm going to make them, oh, here they are. In this case, I can use the shorter ones since I'm just using it on one bead. Just going to pop the 10 millimeter down below. And I mean, you can add bead caps and everything else. I find that lately more often than not. I kind of enjoy letting the beads show when it comes to like earrings and stuff. Not that I won't ever use them. I've just been having fun letting the beads do their thing. Oh my gosh, come on. Why will you not let me get in close? This or this little ball head pin doesn't want to be snipped. Finally, thank you. Do that one, do the other one real quick. Yes, you absolutely can just put, because obviously there are plenty of people out there that like more minimalistic jewelry. So you can just put a charm on it and sell it or whatever else. And if you buy the 30-inch length ones, take the middle out. That way you can use the clasp and everything. But then you also have a shorter chain to use as a second strand in something. It could be used for a bracelet later. I mean, the possibilities are endless. I am using my micro round nose pliers for these earrings just because I am doing the 3 beads, so I don't want as big of loops on these ones. There's nothing wrong. If you want to do a big loop, go right ahead. It'll make your earring longer and more dramatic. I was just your girl is struggling with these freaking loops today for some reason. Put this on, and then I'm going. Sometimes I find it's easier to like tuck the wire and trim off once I put the bead on, because then the wire doesn't like go down at an angle. Let me finish these up really quick, ladies, and then I will go see if I can find that link real quick so that I don't forget. Straight up and down. Hi, Cindy. I'm going to go ahead and mention it again real quick. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting the like button, I would very much appreciate it. It really does help, as does comments and chatter, all of that. I do have a membership for my channel that is $9.99 a month, but you get 10% off of any live sales, well, any purchases from me, whether it be completed jewelry, a live sale if I go to do personal shopping just for you. Do you think the 6mm is a little too small for the top one? Should I go to an 8? These are really big 8mm beads. What do you think? That's what the 6 looks like. This is the 8. Yeah, I think I agree with Lynn. I think the 8's gonna look good. Last loop for this pair of earrings. I just completely bent my wire. I need to make one of, I don't know, either Rosanna or Beth an admin so that they could be sitting here sharing links to everybody that's on here that has channels. Oops, I forgot to do the direct connect, which I typically like to do when the bead is not on, but it's alright. Oh, and we're doing 8mm. I forgot. That one's a lot darker than the other one. Let's see if I can't find one that looks... That one looks better. And you can use 20 gauge wire to make ear wires. It just depends on either your ear hole or your potential customers. I don't mind the 8mm personally, or 20 gauge ear wires. They don't bother me. I find that they are pretty much the same as if I were to use these pre-made ear wires. These wires are 20 gauge, so it's just a personal preference. And, you know, if you find a customer that says that they're too thick or whatever else, can you take them out or swap them out with a different set? You absolutely can do that. Okay. Triple dippers. Those can be put to the side. These I'm not using right now. But we'll put them up there just so they're out of the way. Okay, big ruler. Put away. Where'd the other one go? I'm not sure. Okay, up next. Oh, what is out of frame? Me? Sorry. I'm not sure the best way to, like, I don't know. I might just need to bring Pixie back further down and then just kind of change him so he's still straight. Hopefully that will help better. I apologize. So, again, I didn't want to put my little ruler away, did I? I just had it right here. I'm not gonna make another pair of ear wires for those. I'll do that afterwards. I kind of want to go back to and play with some other stuff. You don't always have to use the buttons the way that I did on the bow bead. This is like a flower one, and it can hang down and be the end. Rosanna, I don't know if you have any of these, but they match those Millefiori beads. The flower matches them perfectly, which I love. But oh, please don't put makeup on them. Mine are just as, like, my nails are always messed up, everything else. Hi, Suze. So happy to have you here. Okay, next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to grab some memory wire, because these are great for making hoops. So I'm going to cut just past where the loop is, because I need to have enough room. Why did I do that? Wrong place to cut it there. I want to have a full spin. That was just silly. You want to use memory wires to cut memory wire. Otherwise, they will jack up your cutters like you wouldn't believe. So, we have these little silvers. Cutesy cutesy. You can do this any myriad of ways. You can put beads on it. You can, like, create two loops at the top, where one is the one that you are going to put your ear wire on, whereas the other one is going to put where you dangle one. You could even turn these into their own earring that you don't have to do any of that with, which I'm going to demonstrate today. So the best way to start that, we've got to turn a loop on one end, but we don't want to turn the loop this way. We want to turn it so it comes this way. Not sure if that made any sense. I hope it did. I'm going to show you what I mean. So I'm just going to take my bail making pliers, and I'm going to use it, and I'm going to turn a loop. Just like that. I went a little bit past, which you don't want to do. You want it to line up just perfectly, and it's still not where I want it. And then you've got to kind of bend it back to where it's like laying across the top of the earring. And if you're able to, like, center it on the wire like so, it will look better. The biggest part of this is that you want your loop to be completely closed. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our beads on. And I got silver. What to do, what to do. Here. Let's pull out 2 of our coin beads from this month's bargain bead box. I'm gonna try to find 2 that are similar, but they don't have to be identical, obviously. They won't be. They would have to be book cut, which is like where you cut one and then straight down the middle. Let's see here. That just has the one big stripe that goes bigger in the back. Mwah, mwah. Okay. I like this one. And then the one on the bottom of that same strand. So we have that. These, I have another idea for these after we're done with this set. So, put back on. Oops. Put those back. We have these out now. This will be a good place to kind of add other beads, like some of these. I think would look pretty. And then what, some of these. Actually, I think I might just use these and some I'm going to try a little trick that I like to do sometimes, which is that sometimes I use itty bitty jump rings in between beads to add just a little touch of silver without, like, just that little bitty hint. I think I might want more than a hint of these though. So, let's see here. I'll probably into some of those. And grab some of my little itty bitty silver spacers. Oops. And this is a set that could totally be done with gold as well. And some of you might think that it should be gold, not silver, but stay with me. Just a second. Okay. So I'm going to do one of those and then where the little, I thought that there was a smaller brown bead. This one is fine now. I like to show, like, it may have been the more obvious answer to put this on gold, but then there are people that get the bargain bead box that may or may not like gold, and then they feel kind of like, see, I don't like how big that space is. I know I had some smaller ones. Let's see. I want like a small rondelle or something for right there. I might just go to I wasn't gonna bead the whole hoop anyways, but I wanted I've gotta have some bronze seed beads, right? Oh, of course you do, Heather. They're over there. Hold on just 1 second. Let me grab these seed beads. Real quick. Do my best not to trip as I walk back over the way I have my light set up today. Okay. Oh, duh. Wait. Now, I know exactly what I want to use. I better be able to find them more. They were in here. Where did they go? Here they are. My itty bitty bitties. These will be perfect for the look I want. So, silver. One of the little flowers, a silver, another 6mm. Or no silver, kind of just like that. I'm just going to do 3 on either side. Then I think I will and then I'm going to put my coin bead on like so. I think I'm going to add a second one for right by the middle stone. Actually, I think I'd rather do this. A little flower on the bottom, put the coin bead on, a flower on top, do a little loop, I wasn't getting the look I wanted out of the coin bead by putting it directly on the wire. So, if I wire wrap it, and slide that onto the hoop, then it hangs down nicely. I'm going to put another flower. the other 3 beads, I'm not going to make the second one of this because I do have a couple of gold earrings I wanted to show you, but I wanted to show you this style so that you can see this this style of earring. So all you're going to do to finish this off is you're going to take your flat nose pliers and you're going to go to the end and you're going to bend it straight up at a 90-degree angle. And this is not turned the right way. A little bit more. And then it's this kind of earring. And you've got a lovely pair of hoop earrings. Just like that. I think I made my loop a little too big. So it's like wanting to jump up. Either that or I need to make this at like a stronger. Yeah, that's all it needed. And then you've got a lovely pair of hoop earrings. Easy peasy. You can do them really quick and easy without a lot of muss or fuss. I do want to finish these, so I'm going to go ahead and pull out the other 6 beads that I will need to do that later with the coin so that I can finish them, and then I will do a post. I did not use these. I got these itty itty bitty daisy spacers from Bernie's. He does not remember where he got them, so he has no more. So I use these much, like I don't use them as much as I did before he stopped having them. I used to use them all the time because I love them. They're such a dark brown that they can look like black. They're so versatile and can be mixed and matched in so many different colors, and I really, really like them. Where did my triangle tray go? I had one pulled out so I could clean this up as I went. Alrighty, next up. Sometimes you find little findings that are really cute, like these petal beads, or petals, right here. Rosanna, I think I sent you some of these because I wanted, and Beth, because I wanted to see if, like, I have wanted to do like a chain with all of these, but I couldn't figure out how to get them to hang right. So if I haven't sent you some, then I will go and do it. Yeah, you can totally use pre-made ear wires. I have some, all of the gold options, I have them sitting out over there, and I'm going to utilize those right now, actually. So I'm going to pair these with 2 freshwater pearls for a quick and easy pair of earrings. If I haven't, let me know, Rosanna and Beth, so I can send you more. Because I've just not been good at making, like when you do a cascade of beads, I can't, and you have like a jump ring and you go down another one, another one, another one. I cannot think of what it's called. I hope you probably all do know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to grab out 2 sections of gold wire really quick. They're going to be a little bit longer because, and I'm going to do, I'm going to use more wire at the top. So I'm going to bend this. I'm going to go ahead and make a smaller size loop, and I'm going to just go the first little wrap. The rest I'm going to finish in just a second. So then you're going to want to put your pearl on, and the reason I was waiting is because you can either do this after it's been attached, or you can do a little cheat like I'm doing right now. I don't want to wrap this down, I want to wrap it out. I'm trying to keep the pearl in place, and it's not working. So I may, I want it to like wrap out, not down. There's a way I used to do it. I'll just use a little bead instead, because I cannot think of how I did that in the past. You know what? No, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn a loop at the bottom, like so. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to attach our little petal. I'm just going to turn and do my hybrid loop for the bottom part of this. It's like bead fringe. I'm sorry, my brain is stuck on that. What is it called? What are tricks bicones? We got them in, I think it was the value bundle, these, and I called them tricks as well, Nicole. So it's funny that you said that. If this is what you're talking about, that's exactly what I thought when I saw this. Yeah, they look like trick cereal to me. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put my pearl on. And I'm going to get it to where I'm going to do the loop, but I'm going to leave a gap before I make my bend. And I'll show you why in just a second. I'm going to make my loop. I'm going to turn around, and then I'm going to go down and around my pearl, like so. Swap down and hold on to this loop, otherwise it won't stay in place. And, or maybe not, maybe you do need to hold on to the top one. And you're just going to bend it back down and around. If you don't leave a loop, then there's not space for you to do the bottom wrap, unless you go out like it did right there. Then tuck in my wire like so. I want to make sure that my wrap is facing forward like so. Just a soft little line right across the pearl like so, and then you can I'm going to put these ones on pre-made ear wires. Come on. The hook is stuck in the loop. There we go. These are just pre-made. I'm going to need to straighten out my loop because it's not straight. Oh. Sometimes when you get things like this, you have to go and finish closing the loop. I always like to do that before I add my bead on or my earring on. And then you just want to make sure that you have the side you want facing out. So that when you wear the earring, you just get that like little hint of a line right there. Very simple, but I think that it is as simple as it is, I believe it's also impactful. I like just that little hint of wire. I'll do the other one real quick because they're pretty quick and easy now that I remember what I did. Attach our petal to the bottom loop, wrap that around, cut off the excess, put the other pearl on. There's a little bit of a bend, like so. And yes, I cut way too much wire. And if you want yours to like be more dramatic, you can wrap a couple of times. You can, it's completely up to you. You get to decide how you want it to look, which is the best part about making your own jewelry, in my opinion. Like, you don't have to hope that the designer had the same eye. I don't know about the rest of you, but there are times that I go and I look at jewelry and I'm like, oh, you know what? If they would have done this, I think it would have looked better or nicer. Okay. Hold that line in place. Put that down at the bottom, under the other loop. Trim, trim, trim. Grab my other ear wire. This loop needs to finish being trimmed in as well. And I'm going to try to catch up. Make sure there weren't any questions that I needed to answer. I need to make sure my there we go. And then you have a nice pair of earrings. Classy. They can go with just about any outfit you have in your closet because they're just very simple, but the large bead makes it like more opulent. If in your opinion this is a little too big, obviously you can use a smaller petal, but I want to see if somebody put what that's called when you like cascade them down, because I can't think of it. Let me see. Hold on. Gotta get stuff out of my way so I can scroll up on my laptop. These need to be big enough to slide around. Aw, thank you, Cindy. I don't know about having beautiful hands, but I appreciate you saying so. Okay. Aw, Lynn, thank you. I appreciate that. I have not, but I have an idea. As far as the sun catcher, I have not done it yet. So ooh, that'll be fun if you use them to make the sun catcher. Okay, okay. Hello, hello. All right. Want to make sure I didn't miss any questions. The tricks by cones question got answered. Okay. The other earring design that I wanted to show you is going to utilize the loops of these little hoops that are actually toggles. I know that there are quite a few of you ladies who are not fans of toggles as clasps go, but there are multiple ways that you can use the bar as well as the hoop to make some quick, beautiful earrings. I'm going to use this pair of drops and these two faceted garnets that I think make a beautiful pair of earrings that obviously will be amazing at holiday time, but I think can be made, that can be worn year round because they don't like scream Christmas, because you are utilizing the deep dark red garnet, and then these have like the gold shimmer on them, and I just think they are gorgeous. So if you're somebody that doesn't like to use toggles as clasps, but you have a bunch of them in your stash because you got them in bead boxes or whatever else, this is an easy way to utilize those and do. You can also use the same premise like this, and you can wrap the wire up and around your drop if you want to. I'm not going to on this. Ooh, if you did twisted wire though, that would look really cool too. I'm not going to do that for these because we're almost at the 2-hour mark, so I don't want to go past that. So I'm just going to, this is not my 20 gauge. Yes, it is. I'm going to cut these so that I can make myself a couple of ball head pins. And in case you're wondering why I fold over more than I actually need, I have tried to do it with shorter pieces, and I don't ever like the way that they turn out as much as when I turn more and then trim it after I flatten the little shepherd's hook using my crimpers, like so. And then I just go in and I leave just enough at the end. And if you don't mind a taller ball head pin, you could totally leave that longer and it wouldn't be a problem at all. I think I want a daisy spacer underneath that though. I think it'll look cute. As long as There we go. Ooh, squeaky, squeaky. That needs to be oiled. I'm looking for, here it is. I think I might actually want a little, there, no, I don't like it with both, but I like it with this better. Yes, I like that better. So there's the other one. Put these back in their little container. Look at how good I'm doing with keeping my mat cleared off. I may have found the perfect spot for it. Okay, go ahead. Now, you need to make this loop big enough for it to be able to go around the hoop. So, that should be big enough. Well, we'll see if it is. I think I made it just big enough. Make sure it's not too tight. That's too tight, and I'm afraid it's gonna scratch. And which will just lead to tarnish on that hoop, which I don't want. So I'd rather start over and just make a bigger loop. So I think I need it somewhere between the first and second step. So I'm just gonna move my pliers up, these pliers up. I think that'll work. Pop the little hoop on. Much better. And if I had cut this wire, I kind of had the start of it, but you could do the wrap out at the top to kind of just cap it off a little bit. I'm going ahead and just kind of like, well, I'm trying to just kind of pinch this in rather than trimming it off. Like so. And then we're just going to make a loop for up top. You could also hang the garnet in the middle if you wanted to. They're a little big for that in my opinion. But go ahead and connect this to the little loop on the top. Like so. I like the little bit of negative space that the hoop gives. Okay. Let's straighten my loop out. There we go. Turn this up. like so. Do I want that loop smaller? I do think I want this loop smaller. So I can still use the same piece of wire since I'm not doing anything extra as far as like not doing any kind of fancy wraps. I'm just doing very simple little loops on either side. If there was something hanging in the center of the hoop, then I don't think it would be as noticeable, but this is already such a large hoop or loop that I just felt to do a second one would be a little overkill. Put the garnet back on. Yes, I like that better. Make another loop. Okay, I need to make these to go in opposite directions in order to have my to have the beads and this loop face the same way, but still be able to attach this onto my ear wire. Let's use these babies this time. And then you have like a nice dramatic drop earring that, like I said, is perfect at Christmas time, but I think that it could be worn year round easily. So we have these. We have our 3 pairs of pearl earrings. I want to show you one more thing that'll be very quick, just because I think that I want to show that you guys that they have earrings like this all over on Amazon, and it just has a simple post with the loop. It has the same brushed, where did I put those? I don't know, but this would look these would go together really well just by putting one bead in the center of it. So that's what I want to do. How about if we use the black ones from I was going to use the black ones from the box, but I think these cube crystals will be interesting and a different shape, so it'll give some more visual interest to the earrings. You do have to direct connect to both components. I made that way too small. I should have just been making one of each pair. I'm sorry. I could have demoed more earrings had I done that. I apologize. That would have been smarter. But I hope that I inspired you guys to maybe think about keeping an earring jar of your own, for so that either maybe you're having a hard time in the middle of a design and you just need to feel like you've accomplished something. Earrings are perfect for that. Why can I not get round loops today? There we go. Open this side. Pop this on in the correct direction, which I don't think I have mine in the, well, I don't have my loop facing the right way first off. I think it needs to go on like this. And then I will fix the loop situation right after I wrap this one up. Quickly. And both of these bindings are brushed 18 karat gold plated brass bindings. Okay, do I have that? Yes, now it's taking that away. And there you go. Quick and easy pair of earrings. Again, a nice neutral to have in your jewelry box to go along and find them. I found them off of Amazon. I got like 100 of them for like $10. If any of you know how to set up an Amazon storefront and would not mind helping me do so, I would really appreciate it, because I know you guys ask a lot where I get my components, and I try to go and grab things as I can. But I wanted to, yeah, did I get it on right? Yes. I'd had to feed it on backwards, but yes. I really like the way those look. They're not like crazy long. They like hit right at the jawline. If you wanted to, you could do like a small cube, a larger cube, a small cube, and have an even more like dramatic hang. If you didn't want to use the petal bead on the bottom, you could do the same thing with just black crystals hanging from the round form. But you can go on and look for 18 karat gold plated earring blanks, and you will get a whole bunch of options. And I think you'll be surprised at what you are able to do, and then what you're able to find at a reasonable price, so that you can put 18 karat, like brushed 18 karat gold plated, and have that on your tag. And people are automatically going to accept a higher price pair of earrings if it is plated metal. So I like to use the plated metal whenever I can, for that exact reason. But yeah, just go on Amazon and look for earring blanks. You'll find a whole bunch of stuff. I actually bought a whole bunch of really simple silver toggles from Bargain Bead Box once, with the intent of using the ring for earrings like that rather than using them as toggles. And you can find simple toggles like that, very reasonably priced. I didn't even get to use all of the cool beads that I found. Um, so we may have to do another like little, I want to finish my necklace for Randy unboxing so I can get that posted tomorrow. But, oh, that's why my laptop wasn't sitting. There was something underneath it. But, and like, if you have the more like the rope ones that are already twisted or cool, you can do this yourself with wire as well. You can turn a larger loop and then create a smaller loop on top. I make little loops like that all the time that I use to make chain with. So it's not a difficult thing to make yourself. If you are on a tighter budget, that's what I would recommend doing. It's a quick and easy way to add a little bit of extra visual interest to a pair of earrings. And you found these swirl bales we got in Making Waves box. They are like 10 for like 20 or 10 for, that's awesome. Yeah, and you guys, that's another thing. If you find a good deal for something and you're like, oh my gosh, I think other people, go post the link. I don't even care if you have affiliate links. I don't. Again, don't know how to set it up. But that's another thing that I'm perfectly okay with you guys sharing in the Beading Besties Facebook group. By all means, you find a good deal on a really nice finding or an earring blank or a component, whatever it is, please feel free. Sorry, that scared me. You all right, Quinn? She's preggo, and she's cranky when she's preggo. Anyways, if you can, like, go share the link. Just say, hey guys, I just found this awesome component. I thought you guys would like it. Here it is. And go from there. Also, we are leading up to Father's Day now. I am going to do a design challenge. I don't know how many days I'm going to do. Last year I did 28, and that was quite a bit overwhelming. But I would love it if you guys would join in and just do, I'm going to put together a hashtag 2026 men's jewelry design challenge. So if you post any videos or you make a design, let's get it trending, guys. There's a hashtag. It would be fun if we were all doing it. If you have been watching me since this time last year, you do have all of those. Some of those videos had multiple designs within one video. So go take a look at them. Let me see what you come up with, all of it. But I hope that I inspired you. I showed you how to use different things that you probably have in your stash to make some quick and easy pair of earrings that you can have for craft fair, for gifts, hostess gifts. I love giving jewelry for hostess gifts. It's one of my favorites. And maybe even just leading up to the holiday season. It's never too early to get a jump on all of that kind of stuff. So, hope you guys enjoyed all of this. I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your Memorial Day weekend. Go hang out with family, barbecue, go hit the pool. Depending upon where you live, it's either not too hot or not hot enough, but if it is good weather for you, go hang out, have a great rest of your day. 24 pieces for 6 designs for $14.99. Exactly, yes. Wow, it didn't put, I don't know if it looks like a link, but if it is linked, she may have just posted one. So go, I don't know, I can't tell if you can, hold on. Open in a new window. No. Oh, wait. I want to see if it let you do that. Oh, no. It's just opening up my comments page. Okay. Well, I was hopeful. I thought maybe you guys would be able to do it. But go put it in Beading Besties lens. That would be great. And sometimes you can find sets that have like multiple different shapes. You guys, have fun. Do it. It's the easiest way I find to clear my design brain when I'm having problems figuring out another design, because then I feel like I have accomplished something, and it also gives me that minute away. It's kind of like when your toddler's throwing a fit and you just kind of have to like leave them and walk away and go have a breather to yourself. That I have that when I'm making jewelry all the time. So I hope you guys had fun and were inspired, and that you guys leave me some comments below if you guys have anything you'd like me to work on. I asked Rosanna to please demo that ear cuff that she made today. She was fiddling around with it last night when we were talking on the phone, and I was like, no, I need to see how you did that. I'm glad she did, because I thought that she just got it in that shape, like she didn't have to go. No, she had to go and like make sure all of them lined up. But yeah, I had so much fun. But have a wonderful rest of your day, and as always, guys, until next time, happy beading.